Hello and welcome back to another video. So I am out extremely early this morning. You might hear the chorus outside from the cattle. To be honest, I was woken up by the torrential rain this morning and all I could think of was the poor cows outside because they're tight on grass where they are now and they're obviously miserable enough without that. So I said I'd get up early, get out and get them moved to fresh grass because this weather is absolutely horrific. We are getting all our summer's rain right now and yeah, I'm sure I can ease their pain a little bit by putting them into nice fresh grass, so that's what I'm going to do this morning. Anyway, you'll see behind me I've had a delivery of straw as well. That is completely blocking the place now, which is not ideal, but maybe it will actually help me because while I have the cattle in here, or while I'm moving the cattle, I'm going to bring them all in here. I'm going to separate the calves from the cows and I'm going to feed them a bit of meal for 15-20 minutes. Hopefully that's all it will take to get them to eat it, because we want to train them on meal now because we're going to wean them in probably 3 to 4 weeks when we have the TB testing. So we just want to start getting a bit of meal into them. I'm hoping they'll get a taste of it here now this morning. And then when I put them out, I'll show you what I do with the pigtails in order to let them out to the meal. Whether it'll work or not, we'll have to wait and see. I also have here another delivery. I had a lot of deliveries recently, so I'm after getting myself a second tipsy bin. So I bought that because I said last year it was a bit of a pain with the bulk bag and I was trying to fit the excess into smaller bins and all that. But I said now this year, if I have 2 of them, it'll all go in handy enough. And then if I want to start feeding 2 different rations maybe towards the end of the season, that'll allow me to do that as well. And while I was at it, I picked up a big water truck as well because we'll need that for one of the fields. I probably won't get round to that until the spring, I'd say. But I said while he was coming down at all, I'd pick up one of those as well. So I have a few bits and pieces to get out of the way here first. I might actually use the straw to my advantage and then maybe tomorrow I'll get this straw shifted and stored away properly for the winter. But we better get moving because they're not a bit happy, so we'll get the show on the road. Well done. Well done. Oh, sorry, Andy. Sorry, Jerry. Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Misty, no. Misty, stop it. You're being cruel.
Hey, Harry.
Mind you don't get paper up. Well done. Stop. You're a herdsman.
Job has to be done. It has to be done, my love.
Maybe. Just give it a second now, and I'll try and get one run out. Okay, thanks. Well done. Okay, we're on the road. Oh, well done. What are they doing? Okay, they're coming, Rob. They're coming. Come on, up.
And this is up.
Yeah. Now that wasn't too bad a morning's work, in fairness. They were all very well behaved, so it was grand. I'd say they couldn't wait to get out of that field, so there was no messing around. Sorry if there's banging of doors and things in the background. It is a horrible, horrible day here. It is shocking. But yeah, so I brought them all in here anyway, separated them out, and in fairness, as soon as we put the meal down in front of them, the majority of them started eating it, and of course it was the joint-ill calf that wouldn't touch it. And I knew that would be the case because that is always the way. It is always the one that you want to eat it the most that will not eat it. The bigger calves will always eat away, but at least the twins were straight into it, which is great because they do need a bit of growing. I think Dad is fairly set against keeping them as replacements, but I'd love to keep them as replacements, so I'm really hoping they do a massive amount of growing now over the winter. Whether it will happen or not, I don't know, because if they don't grow substantially, we won't be able to keep them really, but we'll see how we go. I'll do my best with them anyway, and hopefully they'll get there. So that's the first stage of it now. Hopefully they have gotten a taste of it, and I'm going to go down now soon and set up a reel, and I'll show you what I do with the pigtails then. I'm sure there's far more sophisticated ways of doing this, but this is the way we do it here. I'll set up the fence in such a way that hopefully they'll be able to eat the bit of meal if they yeah, if they have the taste for it now. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. Now that's the idea of it there behind me. The only trouble now is we have some of the yearlings, stores, whatever you want to call them, down here as well, who are a bit shorter. So they might look at that and say, yeah, I can definitely crawl under there, which they might do. But if they do, I can lower it a bit. But I'd rather start off a bit higher and get the calves in the habit of going under it, and then I can always lower it back a bit. So that's set up there. I have the truck just up against the wire up there because they're already after having meal now today. They've just come into fresh grass, so I can't see them being any way interested in going further afield today. But tomorrow I'll come down with a bucket and we'll see if I can entice any of them out under the wire there. As I said, sometimes it works no bother, other times it doesn't work at all. The two calves we have above in different ground, they're out under the wire every day. I don't even really need to raise it, but I will. But they come out every single day. The problem with them is I don't know if they're quiet enough to come near me when I have the meal. But there's always something with the different groups anyway. There's always something odd with them. But yeah, that's how it's set up there anyway. And yeah, I'm trying to keep it down on either side with these pigtails. But we'll see if it works, because it's less stress on them when they've been on the meal for a few weeks before weaning. So that's all we're trying to do. Less stress, better thrive, all that jazz. Better calf welfare. You'd need the patience of a saint with them. He has sniffed every inch of the truck. Oh, is he going for it? Is he finally going for it? He is. He is. Just took him a minute. There we go. Hopefully that's him getting a taste for it now. You can see he's a big boy as it is, so this will do him great now if I can get him in the habit of even a kg a day before he's weaned. He's not sure about it, but the other one was out here, but she ran back into Norma. And yeah, sure, the rest of them are only mad to get out at it now, but hopefully now he'll have a bit of a taste for it. Now the next thing I want to do in here is to take the sides and the back off this trailer. Now, just like everything else, they have not been removed in at least 11 years anyway, and I'm assuming it's actually longer than that as well, but I know for a fact it's been 11 years anyway. So I've doused them all in WD-40 there, and I'm going to try and get them off. I'll pull it up out of where it is first, because it's a bit awkward where it is there anyway, so I'll pull it up here a little bit and see if I can get at them. I've never taken them off myself, so I'm not really sure how it works, but Dad said I should be able to fold them down and then they'll slide out. He said maybe with a bit of persuasion, so my hammer might be used here again, but yeah, I'll try and do that because I want to get my straw into it. So it'll be very awkward for me and I won't be able to put much in if I can't get the sides down. Now I'm just thinking there as well, I don't want to overhang on the sides too much either though, because I'll spend an hour and a half trying to reverse it in that door there if I do, because it's so narrow. So I actually need to bear that in mind as well, but there's space alright for it. Okay. Oh, a bit more stubborn. Now, I don't think I've ever actually seen the trailer like that before with all the sides off and the back off and everything. I'm actually going to put the back on because I'm just worried in case I might lose something out the back when I'm coming up the hill. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll strap them down anyway just to be on the safe side because I don't want any accidents. But yeah, I don't think I need to have the back off anyway, especially when I have the pieces here on either side. But yeah, I just need to find a home for the sides now so that they don't get lost somewhere. And yeah, I'll go down and I might throw the old straw into it today. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I hope I'll be able to load it with the 390. I just haven't done this before, so I'm not sure what approach to take, but I have the 135 parked there, you can see I have the 135 up the passage and just the trailer there so that I can drive straight out and hopefully just plonk the bales on top. Even if I can put them up on top of the trailer roughly and then fix them as I go, it won't be too bad. I've no idea how many I'll fit on the trailer. Obviously I'll need some down here anyway, so they're not all going to go up there. But yeah, hopefully the rain holds off while I'm doing it. It'll make life a bit easier anyway, but sure, we'll get stuck into it and see how I get on. That's them stacked there behind me. All those people stacking straw, making it look really easy. It is not easy at all. They're like too light to take off the forks very easily. They're too light to put on the forks too easily. I don't know. I had difficulty anyway, but sure, look, it was my first time doing it, I suppose. Some people might say, why didn't you cross them? Because it's the first thing my dad said to me. I can't, the trailer is too narrow. So if I do cross them, they're going to be probably coming out either side this much, and with the doorway as narrow as it is above, well, it's not that the doorway is narrow, it's that the swing in is so narrow. And maybe somebody who's really good at reversing might get it in, but I know I'll be up there for an hour and a half pulling my hair out trying to get the trailer in there. So I want everything to just fit within the trailer, because for me that's hard enough to get in there. So what do I have? 3, 6, 9, 12 bales on it. It's not too bad. I'll keep the rest down here. I'll just stack them up. But at least these will be out of the way, because I might not even need those this year. Who knows? Depending on how calving goes and how spring goes. So I'll leave them above anyway and they'll be out of the way. I was thinking about going maybe one higher, but I think it'll be too high for the doorway above again. So not much good putting more on. But I'll tie them down now. I'll tie both whatever calves down now with some ropes, just to make sure they don't go anywhere when I start to drive, especially in these gale force winds out there. But we should be good, and it's only a very short drive anyway. So yeah, we'll get this out of here, and then I need to tidy up the other 38 of them. I'll do it by hand. I'll be quicker. I know it'll be harder work, but it'll be quicker. I've just realised I'm going to have to do this completely blind, because I can't see a thing behind me. I've no mirrors on the 135, and obviously the bales are too high for me to see. So I can barely do this when I can see, not to mind when I can't. I didn't line up too bad there to start with, but I think I'm just ever so slightly over here. I'm gonna clip that door, so, and it doesn't go back any further. If I just had that extra 2 inches there, I'd be laughing, but we'll straighten up a bit and try again. I'm sure it's not the prettiest thing anybody has ever seen, but I got it up here. I got it up here safely. My ropes held and everything, so and I was able to reverse it in. Knocked a couple of bits of timber, but that's the only bit of damage I did, those 3 blocks there. So not too bad considering I could not see what I was doing. But yeah, off down to tidy up the rest now. I got a bit sidetracked there with the job above. I wanted to scrape that, it had gone very muddy. Doesn't look a whole lot better, but at least that layer of real mud is gone off it. But it needs a fill of something really, it's just dirty otherwise, but we'll get there. Right, I'm going to tidy up this. I need to pull out my 2 tipsy bins so that they're out, because I'll be getting a delivery of my meal before the winter comes and I don't want to have to be doing it then and rearranging. And I'll probably push all my straw over into that corner there, because behind those pallets is the last of the straw from last year. So I'll start with that and then I'll start into these new bales. So they look really good actually. They're a really nice colour. So if we have to feed a bit as well, they should be perfect. But yeah, I'll get that done and we'll be all tidy again hopefully. And it's job done, and I'm looking fairly winter ready now. If only those 2 were filled, but we'll get those full now in the next few weeks and we'll be ready for them. And look, hopefully they won't be in too early, but with the way the weather is going, we'd want to be ready anyway. I just have a couple of bales over there because I didn't want to have an uneven stack over here. So we've the few bales in the trailer above, the main lot is there. And then I have a couple over there. That'll do the first little dusting on the pen over there anyway when it comes to it. But yeah, that's me done for this video. A whole lot of nothing, I would say, to be honest, in this video. But still, I suppose all bits and pieces that need to be done at the same time. So, yeah, that's it for this video. As always, if you liked it, give me a like. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.